Monday Night Raw, February 23rd, 2026. Yeah, had to be the most boring episode in quite some time. The one thing we were marked safe from on Facebook was being marked safe from Triple H saying the beginning of a new era at any point in the broadcast. So we didn't quite hit that one, but let's give a little bit of a rundown of what exactly went down on this episode. Number one, it's obviously AJ Styles' tribute episode. His retirement, farewell, yada yada, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, all that kind of thing needs, if it's not a retirement match type situation, is that it's gonna be a large portion of the show is gonna be fucking boring, for lack of a better term. I mean, it's love AJ, glad he got that send off, it's for him, but that's the kind of thing I feel like that's a house show thing. Let's not do that on a live aired episode, because as much as I love AJ Styles, I don't need to watch him thank his family and everyone sing Kumbaya and fucking clap type bullshit. Like, just when the show was already basically a dud since the very first second the cameras were rolling, it just felt really anticlimactic, and at least it's over, basically. So we did the tribute for sure, okay, and then we had a men's elimination chamber qualifier. So this one was a big deal because I think Bronson Reed was supposed to win. This could be, obviously we've seen the injury angle with a few different things, but I think that there's something else that might be in play when it comes to an injury angle with another person in the elimination chamber, etc. I think it's less likely that Bronson is this somehow a play. But yeah, so Jey Uso ends up winning. He gets him in there. It only makes sense that it was going to be not Americano. They're going to put the moneymaker, the kids guy, Jey Uso, in there. If they weren't already going to put him in there, then once Bronson went down, it only made sense that he was going to be the one to kind of step into that role. I don't know the severity of the injury. It looked like they wrote it off as a shoulder thing. I did notice the whole movements like right away while watching and being like, there's something up with that. So it was pretty clear that there was something, and it had enough of an initial reaction to make me think that like it probably wasn't some staged injury bullshit. It probably is legit. So that's how that one went. We also did the women's elimination chamber qualifier with Raquel Rodriguez, Big Sexy, defeating Io Sky and Kairi Sane in a triple threat to grab the final spot in the elimination chamber. This throws you off because why would Io not be in the chamber? She's like the best women's wrestler there is. But also Raquel has kind of like filled a void when Liv went down with an injury, and I think she did a pretty good job. And despite some like flaws that are not necessarily her own like fault, but just like character wise, like the Kevin Nash comparisons are so good, like so good. It makes so much sense, and that really is the persona she's taken on, and it completely works for me. I like Raquel. I think she's awesome. I like to see her get her moment and stuff, and I'd really like to see her be utilized as not just like some mid-card sidekick. And I think she's going to possibly get that opportunity now going forward, which is really cool. The other matches and segments include Natty and defeating Maxine Dupree. It was a referee stoppage after a beatdown post-match, sneak attack vibes, etc. I don't have much to say on it. It only made sense for this to, it's what you got to do for two people where you're like, well, what else are we going to do with them right now? It's like, okay, cool. I like the Natty switch. I said that in my last video. She's more interesting now than she's probably ever been. It's very like Naomi-esque of what they just did with her. Nowhere near as successful, and I still don't think that she's very interesting. She's just never been my cup of tea. I just think it's bland, boring, and Canadian. So not a whole lot of notes on that one. Javon Evans takes down Kofi Kingston with help from Offset. look, we do this. It only made sense when we were in Atlanta. We were going to have a rapper come in and play some kind of role. Offset, solid choice, okay. But just what? Oh, God. This episode was really fucking bad. Like, really bad. Javon Evans gets the win. The kid's super electric, bouncy, whatever. This is where I think the Elimination Chamber injury kind of thing is going to come into play, right? So he hurts his ankle somehow, where I think it's more of a selling the ankle kind of situation where they're setting it up where it affected this match. He put himself in jeopardy by taking this match, and that's going to help write off why he has no chance of winning, or maybe even gets taken out completely from the Rumble or from the Elimination Chamber. So I'm keeping an eye out for that. I think there's a possibility of it. I originally thought he was going to get Kofi Kingston in the sense that someone like Brock or Braun Breaker, oh my God, yeah, that one would make some sense, right? Braun Breaker comes back and knocks his ass out Edge style and gets in there and then wins it. I think Javon Evans is in serious warning territory for being taken out of the Elimination Chamber completely. I mentioned that kind of in my last video, but this week, now following into this next episode, it still feels that way to me. We'll see what happens and see exactly how much of a trickle-down fallout we get from the Bronson Reed injury. We also got Liv Morgan's big decision after her Royal Rumble win. Liv chooses challenger for her WrestleMania 42 main event for women's stuff. She chooses Stephanie Vaquer with the classic beatdown. I really am I love Stephanie and I love Liv, and it just doesn't feel like there's enough heat behind this just yet, but we are, I guess, going to set up that. So we'll see, what's to come. Vaquer is super interesting. The title reign hasn't been super interesting, but Pop B, man, yeah. So Liv Morgan also, she's like the best heel possibly in women's history at this point. I mean, she really is like running with it. Like, her right now is like peak Edge during the Rated R Superstar Monday Night Raw with John Cena type shit. For like her aura, her vibe, and everything, and what she's got going on, it is very eerily similar to Edge's character in the 2000s, and I've always been for it. So Brock Lesnar returns. The Beast made his first appearance since the Rumble, issued an open challenge for WrestleMania 42. Yeah, okay. Brock comes around, does whatever the hell he wants, gets thrown into it. Dude, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm just kind of like, he's going to come in and do his thing for whatever reason. I'm still not over how stupid that John Cena match was and absolutely pointless and worthless. Maybe it's coming into play now because they're going to keep building on how much, look at what he just did to him. And dude, I don't fucking care. I just kind of wait to see where they go with this guy when he comes around, because there's really nothing else you can do. CM Punk promo, having to cut it completely alone because Roman Reigns isn't around. As much as the IWC wants to get on his ass about that, I did see a counterpoint to like CM Punk fans having to realize, like, yo, look at his wife being also like a complete jobber, part-timer, part-timer, who really doesn't come around often or doesn't do enough to promote themselves, who kind of just gets off by their entrance and then coming into the ring and being a big name and using basically their NIL to get them off. And yeah, it's a valid point. Finn Balor, we're kind of building some heat with, there was a promo I think that they showed us in the middle of Raw that was pretty good. I'm still super high on the whole situation with Finn Balor possibly getting himself into the match, and then obviously this weekend it seems basically impossible unless they want Finn to go in with... Okay, so real quick, while we're here, we're talking about it. Elimination Chamber coming up. We have Finn Balor versus CM Punk. We all pretty much know I can basically lock in CM Punk winning that one. However, what if, counter argument, we're trying to get Finn Balor into a triple threat situation with CM Punk and maybe even multiple other people outside of this, but Roman Reigns as well for WrestleMania headliner, right? Well, what if in order to get Finn justifiably into the triple threat, we have to put the title on Finn to get him there, because Punk and Roman, like, without titles can get there. And Finn, with us wrestling fans and stuff, he's there, he's at that level. But it could just feel a little bit too out of left field to let him come in as a challenger. I mean, you're taking away his WrestleMania moment of, I got it, fucking whatever. But it opens up a world of fucking possibilities, man. And I don't think he really cares as long as he gets to be champion again. And he would get to be champion for, I mean, all of like, just a month, I guess, right? WrestleMania is not that far. But I like the idea. I don't know. I just want the title off of Punk and onto fucking Finn Balor. So I don't really care how we have to go through it. I'd rather see this Cody level build up to WrestleMania and then letting him win it there. I just don't really see it happening. It's just, I'm being hopeful. Other notable parts, Gunther insulted Styles, had the Dragon Lee attack. I don't understand why. Like, I understand, I guess, like, what their thought process is with Dragon Lee and Gunther. You know, how that stems from the tag team with Styles. It doesn't mean I'm interested. You just set this guy up with ending careers and being the biggest heel in the company, and, like, you're building it up. Like, probably one of the biggest, like, fuck that guys in, like, years that we've really had, where usually, like the heels, I, like, low-key like them, you know, and it's all Gunther. I genuinely do not like this guy. Like, I just, you know, so, clearly, I mean, I guess it's doing a good job, but to have him, like, with some low-level cut rate talent like Dragon Lee, which, no offense to him, but, like, you're just not in the same category. Like, it would be like a AA baseball player who's the best in AA and is hitting fucking bombs, like, getting thrown into, like, the World Series game, you know? It's like, all right, you're just not on the same level as these guys, you know? So, it's just weird that that's what's happening. There's tension between Oba, Femi and Rusev. Makes sense, two big guys. You know, you need some warm-ups for Oba before something more exciting happens. So Rusev's really a pretty good option, and I'd be excited to see kind of what Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown that ends up on at one point. So the overall vibe was the worst episode in quite some time. Not really interesting. Just creatively, like, lackluster and not very exciting. Yeah, hopefully it was kind of just like a, hey, we put so much effort and focus into making sure this Elimination Chamber goes off that we kind of slubbed on the first or last Raw before said event. So fingers crossed that's what this is, because goddamn, it was fucking awful, and hopefully we don't have to sit through something that bad again. Hopefully, unlikely, but hopefully Friday Night SmackDown will be a little bit better. I don't do recaps on Friday Night SmackDown because, one, I'm not guaranteed to watch it, and two, it's not as good of a show. So till next time, this is our recap of Monday Night Raw, the February 20 whatever the fuck 3rd episode. So cheers.